In today's video, I'm going to be getting crazy and working with materials I have never worked with before. Normally, I stick to painting and sculpting stuff with hard epoxy putties, but today I want to try and make a feathered T-Rex using actual fluffy, feathery material. The Rex I have on the table was kindly donated by Tony, the Dino Geek, and if I remember correctly, he found this at a thrift store and it was in pretty rough shape and needed some serious TLC, so this is the candidate for the video today. The material I'm going to use is from a white beard that was attached to a Santa hat. It has a nice soft texture that I think will represent fluffy plumage pretty well. I got it cut in sections that I'm going to glue down in separate sections to the Rex so it can still have the use of articulation. The reference I'm using is from some artwork that I found while researching feathered T-Rex images, and I really like the vibe of this design. Sort of has a vulture kind of look to it. I also found an image of this bird that I thought looked pretty cool. So these are what I'm going to be using as inspiration for this custom. Before I start to glue the fur down, I want to paint the areas of bare skin that will be exposed. So the legs and the belly and arms are going to get a coat in black paint. And then I'll paint the mouth a pink flesh color and then base the head in a light tan mix. I'll then take some burnt umber and go in and pick out some of the darker shade areas around the head, like the eye sockets and the gum line. Once I have all of the black down, I'm going to go in and dry brush the gray textures onto the black areas, starting with a medium gray and then ending with my lightest gray that I have just to accent all the high areas. With the base color done, I'll then go in and start to plan out where the fur will go. Like I said, I have to cut it into sections so the articulation can still be functional and I can still move the neck and tail around. So I'm using high heat hot glue to attach the fur parts down to the skin and just gluing down small areas and then stretching it over the skin, trying to get it to lay smooth and flat against the contours of the shape of the body. Once I get the fur glued down, I'll then go back through with some scissors and trim away all the excess fur on the edges. With the fur glued down, now I'm going to start painting it. Now, I was trying to think what I wanted to use to paint this sort of, fur texture, and decided to go with acrylic inks since they're very potent and have very strong pigment, and I believe I will have a better chance of dyeing the fur the color that I need it to be by using these paints. So I'm going to start off by painting the top hair on top of the head red, sort of like a rooster's comb would be, and then I'll go back in with my black ink and start to dye the rest of the fur black. I'm trying to get it down into the base of the fur, but also leave some of the white in there to provide some color breakup and to give it a more natural look. Now with the fur done, I'll go in and finish up the face details. I'll add some red and black dry brushing on the raised areas just to bring out the details. And then I'll paint the eye red with a yellow pupil and a tiny black dot. I'm going to paint the teeth and the claws both an off-white color, and then I'll add some burnt umber airbrushing to the claws, as well as hit the scoots on the feet just to blend everything together. And since the fur is fur and I don't have to worry about sealing that in, I'm just going to seal the face and the legs with a matte varnish, and that should lock all the paint in, and this fluffy prehistoric beast is ready for his glamour shots. So all in all, this was a fun experiment and I'm pretty happy with the results and the way that it turned out. I have had this idea in my head for some time now, and I've been trying to figure out a way to execute it, finding the right materials, and of course never working with, fur or anything like that before. This is all sort of new to me, so experimenting along the way and seeing how it turned out, and I think it turned out pretty awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the process and it has inspired you in some way, shape, or form. If it has, remember to tag me in all of your customs over on Instagram at the Jurassic Park compound, because I always love to see the stuff that you guys can come up with. For more Jurassic related content, you know where to find me. Links will be in the description box below. You guys take care, and I'll see you around the compound.